What is going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is back again, and of course we got Justin Wong in the building. Not my building, but coming to a building near you, maybe, or somewhere across the world.
Internet building. You know
the internet building. The internet building.
I've been having a blast playing Tekken 8, so I'm excited to talk about Tekken 8 today.
We're going to talk about if you coming from a Street Fighter game, or even just a 2D game.
Yeah, any type of game.
What are the tips? Yeah, what are the tips?
Going from 2D to 3D was actually really hard because I played Tekken as a kid and everything, but obviously this was as a kid. When it came to playing competitively Tekken, I started playing Tekken competitively when I got into Tekken 5. So going from like Street Fighter, Third Strike or Mars Capcom to Tekken, it was such a huge learning process because when you play 2D games, the number one thing that you do in 2D games is you block low. Tekken 8, blocking low is not the preferred way of blocking. It's better to block back because lows are like, if it's like a cheap low, it's like, it's like annoying. I know it's annoying, but you just have to take the hit. But if it's like a wind up low, you can react it and block it and then get a really huge punish. The reason why you don't want to block low so often, even against those like really like annoying lows, is because mids are in the game. Mids is pretty much an overhead. So that's the thing. Like Street Fighter didn't really have, or like any 2D game didn't really have like mids as an overhead unless it's a command unique normal. And even then you don't really get too much from it. But in this game, mids will run the game if you just block low or guess block low all the time. So definitely it's like you have to get used to just like blocking back instead of just blocking low most of the time. I would say that's the one thing that was really hard for me because my hand just naturally just went down back the whole entire time.
Oh, so you say first tip, stand up.
Just yeah, you know what I mean? When it comes to defense, stand up. You don't want to stand up. You don't want to take the mids because dude, if you get hit by mids, they're plus and they just keep attacking you and everything like that. So I think that's like the one thing that people have to worry about, especially if you're like a 2D player coming into a 3D game for the first time.
I feel like Tekken 8, they make you feel like the mids hurt. Like
they do.
You see the animation, they hurt, bro. Like you might not think it hurt, but like the animation and the screen and the camera, it will let you know, like, yeah, you should definitely not get hit by this thing.
I mean, mids are also launches as well too. So if you launch, you lose in 50 at least, right? So you don't want to lose 50% off of you trying to like block a low that does like 5%.
What is the second tip that you will give us 2D players?
The second tip is understanding the mechanics. Tekken 8 has a new mechanic called like the heat system, and it's a very, very important mechanic. It's pretty much like if you're playing Street Fighter 6, it's like your drive gauge, but more rare. And the reason why I say that is because you can use this this heat meter, this heat engager, heat smashes once per round. So once you activate it, it's literally a bar going down until you just don't have it anymore. And the reason why it's so good, it amplifies certain moves, gives more moves like different properties. So let's say, for example, Kuma the bear, if he's in his heat state, he actually gets electrics, like literally Wind God Fist, right? They call it the Bear God Fist or whatever. But he has that move. He has that move only in heat state. So every character has a different way of using their heat system. It's also a good way, like when you activate it, it's literally armor as well too. So if you're like getting pressure and everything like that, and you're like, I need some space, you could just like press the activation, and then you'll throw an attack out as like an armor hit. So it kind of like resets like kind of like the neutral for a little bit. Until you guys like start attacking again as well too, right? Also, it makes every move that you do while you're in heat state has chip damage. So Tekken 8 never really had chip damage until Tekken 7 with specific characters, but now every character can do chip damage when in this heat mode. But obviously if you're non-heat mode, there are a few moves that do chip damage for each character, but while you're in heat mode, after you activate it, every move you do, even the 1-2, like literally the simple jab can do chip damage while you're in heat mode.
It seems like that's going to be really the mechanic that you're kind of forcing them, because some moves they put you in heat mode,
Yeah.
automatically, right?
Yeah.
If it hits.
Yeah, it's like a power your power crush move. Will what they call it, like the heat engager. And that move, it will usually have like a little pink or purple spark on it, and that move will automatically put you in heat mode if it hits. If it's blocked, heat mode will not be activated. It only activates when it hits.
What's another tip can you give for us 2D players?
Movement in 3D games is essential, and movement's pretty hard because it's really like a lot of times when you're playing Street Fighter, you don't really have to use your left hand too much. It's literally like back forward, down back, or jump up forward, jump up back, and everything like that. But when it comes to Tekken, you're always literally pressing back, down, back, up, forward, because you have the sidestep, right? You want to cancel your backdash into a sidestep to keep the movement, to keep like yourself not getting like cornered to the wall, or like at least sidewalk away from the wall and everything like that. That's because it's a 360 stage, so you have to keep moving around and not be linear. So learning how to sidestep, learning how to sidewalk is a challenge because jumping is not really a thing in Tekken. So when you tap up, you're like, why am I tapping up, right? But if you tap up, you'll sidestep. If you hold up, you'll sidewalk. And also sidestep will actually help you against linear attacks, because when somebody throws linear attacks at you and you sidestep, you actually dodge those attacks right in front of them and actually punish them for doing linear attacks as well too. So that's something that's really strong and really cool to do. With Tekken 8, especially with like how aggressive this game is, it's just so good to just like to learn how to sidestep and like sidestep launch, for example, right? So that's like so huge and so important as well too. So I think that's something that people need to just get used to. And there's like lots of guides on YouTube of like how to move better or how to Korean backdash or everything like that. Even I don't even know how to do Korean backdash that well. It's actually pretty hard to do. It's easier to do on leverless, but I wanted to learn it on joystick.
I haven't seen that wrist doing the aristocrats, bro. All right, man. So what is the fourth advice you could give for us, bro?
The fourth one is understanding how throws work. Throws.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like throws in 2D games, it's literally like if it's like light punch, light kick command, you just press it back right when somebody grabs you. In every 2D game, but with Tekken, you gotta look at the hands. You gotta look
at the hands, bro.
Yeah, you gotta look at how people throw at you, right? So like if somebody does like 1+3, which does left hand throw, or 2+4 throw, then you could just press like any button, like press 1 or 2 and it breaks either. But there are special command throws with each character that you have to look at the hands properly. So if you see the left hand, if somebody throws left hand at you, you always want to react with 1, right? Pressing 1, because then it'll break the special command throw for 1. If you see it with the right hand, you press it 2. If you see both hands come at you, you press 1+2. So understanding how throw breaks works, and trying to train your eyes, get the eye awareness down to see which hand is being used to throw you, and you pressing the corresponding button, that's going to be really huge when it comes to like learning Tekken, because especially if you're a beginner, like, and you don't know what to do, most people are just gonna mash throw on you regardless. So
especially King player,
right? Especially, I know I played King the other day. you have to learn how to escape these throws properly, not just by mashing because it's inconsistent, but properly. That's the most important part.
The King players, they only got one thing, bro. They got that 3-hit low, and if you block it the 3-hit low, and then now you standing up, they're like, all right, I'm gonna grab you, bro. They gonna fix that up,
right?
I didn't even know about that, to be honest with you. About the 1+2, you have to press both of them.
Yeah,
if they have 2 arms like that. I just learned about that.
Yeah,
so I would have been free to. I would have been free to that.
Dude, everybody's free to 1+2 throws online. Like if you're a new player right now, I guess the people I played. They're so free to that. I'm just like, they just don't know yet. So you have to get used to it.
All right. So what is the last advice that you could give for us, man?
The last advice is understanding how to actually do like your moves with your characters, because obviously
that's important.
Yeah, because I think the one thing is like there are a lot of moves. Like every character has like maybe like 60 to 80 moves, right, per character. Right. It's a lot, but that doesn't mean you have to use everything. But there are going to be moves that are going to be really good for when you're standing position, when you're in running position, and while crouching position, or from a while rising position. And what I mean about all these positions is that, like, if you're doing standing, if you press like down for one, right? That's like a good standard poke that most characters have, and that's a good poke that you'll probably use with your character. So you're gonna be use that while you're standing. But then there's gonna be times you're in a running state, and some characters have amazing running state moves, like Dragunov, right? Dragunov has like that deck from like the downtown.
Yeah.
Like that's such a good that's a move that you gotta learn. And in order for you to get that running state, you have to press forward, forward, forward. So you have to press forward direction 3 times to start the running state, and then you press the button to get that move, right? So that's there. And then you have while crouching moves, and while crouching moves means you're holding like down or down forward or down back, and then you press a button while you're in while crouching state. You'll do another set of moves. You can't just press, let's say you're while the move will say while crouching down forward 1, right? You'll get this like low. You can't do this while standing. You have to be in full crouch state and like crouch walking to be able to do this move. So understanding that while crouching state doesn't mean just press down for 1 while standing is really important, because that's how you'll get those moves out, and some of those moves are really essential for depending on the character you play. And the most important part is while rising. While rising is you have to be in pretty much like crouch state, and then you let go of this crouch state going up back to standing, and you press a button while you're going up. So best way to practice this is you block low, let go of the joystick, and press like standing 4, because then the standing the 4 will come out, and it'll be like while rising. Yeah, it'll be like a kick. Or some characters will have a while rising launcher from like a 2 or 1+2. So understanding how those moves works is really important, because you can only perform these moves in a different state, depending on where your character's idle state is, right? Standing, crouching, or full crouch from there.
There's a lot of unique characters that have like unique moves where like like Lee Shaolin, for example, he has a lot of like just framing. So like knowing the timing and seeing like that visual thing too. It's also a lot of things you want to keep in mind as well. I think if I'm not mistaken too, the Tekken really does really good at telling you like these are like your heat moves, the moves that get you in heated mode.
It tells you that in the move list,
Yeah, right off the bat. I think that's really cool that they did that. I think this is the package. We got the like the how when you pre-order a game, they give you like the beginner set. We got the beginner set.
The beginner
for
set.
Tekken 8. Yeah, we got the beginner set for Tekken 8. Getting into Tekken 8, playing online, or even just playing Ghost Battle.
Yeah.
And we are ready now. Well, look, before we wrap this up, man, where can they find you?
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Type in Jwong with 3 Gs. And type in Justin Wong on YouTube. You'll find me there. But yeah, pretty easy to find me. You guys know.
And with that being said, man, thank you so much. And look, guys, make sure you guys leave a like. Let us know what other tips do you think also help everybody learning fighting games, just learning and having a blast. But make sure you guys leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel. We really want to push out a lot of content, just helping new players, just getting all the news from all fighting games, man. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
See ya.